Dinosaur. Hi. The Dinosaur video was an exception in my case because generally, as I've mentioned in previous behind the video and behind the song, I tend to take an approach of starting from scratch, totally independently from what I did with the song. I treat the videos as if I was a visual artist and was giving an order. So usually the video doesn't have a lot to do with the song because also it would be way less fun for me having to stick to the same subject both for the song and the video. So generally they go their own merry way. But in this particular case, Dinosaur was a song of a genre so defined, an anthem, an exaltation of the hero, that from the get-go I knew both the song and the video were going to be have a unity of purpose and of format. So, like I said in the behind the song, my main inspiration was perhaps the anime cartoons. I watched a lot of those cartoons as I was when I was a kid. In those times, the music for those shows was great because it was music done by professional musicians in a studio. The drums were played for real. They were not electronic. I guess now everything must be done with synthesizers and such. So yeah, I have a great affinity for rock. Perhaps it started at my childhood, and like my song has real drums, not real drums. They are MIDI drums, but they sound human-like drums. It got a certain air of family with that kind of music. Also in the video entrance, the first scenes of the video where there's this sunrise, I tried on purpose to be slightly vintage, let's say, with the scene of the sun stopping and then the hero coming, because it gave me a vibe like those cartoons I watched when I was a kid. My parents put me in front of the TV so that I didn't bother them. And the next scene where the sunset is replaced by a sort of rainbow, I'm sure it has to do a lot with Doraemon, which, like I said in the previous video, I've watched a lot. And what else? The other idea that constituted the video, well, two ideas. The song is an anthem, but it's also like what makes it the original and what made it an interesting challenge for me is that it's an anthem with exceptions, with conditions. An anthem generally doesn't speak of particular cases and nitpicks, but in this one there's some weird character that says, hey, yes, all of this is very great, but what do we do with this and that, etc. So for this I thought of a character, a sort of demon who is nagging at the camera. Like, I had a great time fooling around in that stupid, very simple disguise. And then the other main idea for the video, I thought in those promotions they were done when a movie came out a lot in the 20th century now and the first 2000s. Maybe, I don't know if they do that anymore with everything so so confusing and so online. But it was typical when a movie came out. They usually it came out at the same time as a music video with some big celebrity that tried to convey the impression that the movie was a big deal and this fantastic musician making the soundtrack, or these two famous musicians collaborating for the first time, was a big deal, and you had to watch the movie and you had to buy the soundtrack. So I decided to take that aspect for the video, and that's why I appear in a sort of studio, like giving everything for this sinister sort of kinky superhero. With the design of my videos, I always try to find things that are visually appealing and at the same time are simple to create. And what I did for the superhero, not being able to draw myself, is I looked for images of caped superheroes, added a dinosaur head and the symbol of forbidden, which has to do a lot with the lyrics. And also, I remember in those shows like Dragon Ball and that kind of stuff, in the fights, those typical images of speed lines where one character punches another, and very typically the figures move in slow motion, and it's a cheap way of creating, I guess, the sensation of motion without having to create a lot of images in some of those shows. Maybe a character can can recite a whole Shakespeare work as he falls into the other evil guy. It's very long and it's very over the top, and it's what makes the charm of the genre. I suppose that's what people expect. And so I did that with several images of our hero punching women and old people. And for the ending, the dinosaur goes into a cocoon in the moon. For that, I thought that I wanted a vibe a bit like as in those cartoons that are often played for as a sort of signal to tell kids to go to bed. And I was tempted to make the planet Earth explode, but as in the previous video, Critter Town, there was an explosion, and I didn't know it, but it turns out it's like a big, a big cliche, a big, very usual trope in video clips. So I didn't. I left planet Earth alone this time. It's It's funny because I saw a video with Todd Rundgren and Chris Isaac speaking about the future of video clips, a video from the 90s. And they said that like they were imagining a video and then everything explodes. It was like something that was very usual in the MTV years. And well, that's how the video was created. I hope you enjoyed it and had a laugh with it. Thank you for watching. Bye.